here this issue. And I do know that a lot of you have always, sorry, 1 minute. A lot of you have known me to be a media person. That is what a lot of people know me for. And I have always not shared my personal issues because I don't believe in that. I believe that, so I'm not going to be reading comments so I can concentrate on what I'm saying. So I have not been doing that because I believe my role as a media person is not to be the news, but is to give news. I have tried so much to stay out of being headlines because it's not important. Because my role, I do know, is very crucial. I do know that a lot of people, a lot of you guys rely on me and my network, my staff, to give you current and very relevant news. So I always tried, even when I was bullied, when I was attacked, when I am abused. I always stay out of that because I feel like that is not the role I should play. And I also know that a lot of young Gambians rely on me and they look at me as a role model. And I always want to preserve and maintain that credibility. Now, what I'm about to address, I know a lot of people will say, please do not respond, but I think this is important to address. It is important to address because it has gone through a legal dimension. I think on Monday, I was sitting at home. I was not working. I was working from home, and I saw a certain post referencing justice for Fatou Touray, justice for Tima, and I said, me, my heart jumped, and everyone started calling me. Every concerned person was calling. They were calling because they were concerned. When you say justice for somebody, it means that is serious, right? So I was worried as well, and I'm like, what is going on? So I went and commented on there, which I am so not supposed to do, but I commented to just check what was going on, and I think I commented on my personal page, and it was later that day, around 11, 12, that I got to know, oh, somebody was trying to do something against my personality to sue me. I'm just going to reference to my lawyers put something out for me, but I just don't know. I told them I need to go and talk to my people because putting out a statement is not enough. I need to, because I feel that I was harassed. Somebody conspired to disgrace me, but I do believe that that is not my persona and that will never happen to me. So after that interaction on Facebook, I was home, working from home, because sometimes I do work from home because I believe, I don't go to work every single day. I was working from home. So I had a call. Actually, I saw a comment on Facebook from one Mr. Melvin saying that somebody has instituted a bench warrant against me. I'm like, really? What have I done? I am not the person to address issues on social media. If I have anything to address, I will address it on my show. Actually, I was going to address this on my show, but because I don't want people to run away with a narrative, I decided to come here and talk to you guys directly about this. So around 1:25, I received a call from a gentleman, and I picked it randomly. It was a number that I don't even know, but I pick numbers that I don't know because I'm in the news business. So when I picked the call, the person said, I am calling from the Brikama Magistrate Court. I'm like, okay. He said, I am here to bring a summon for you. I'm like, okay. I said, okay. He said, you were needed at the court. I said, okay, drop it for me. I'll be there. I thought it was a normal summons, right? He said, actually, no. We are supposed to go with you. And I said, I was very clear. Am I under arrest? Did I do any wrong? He said, No, I don't know if you're under arrest, but you're supposed to be under court. I said, as you can see, I am not in my office. Can you drop the summons or send it to me? And then I'll talk to my lawyers and I'll definitely be in court because I'm a very responsible citizen. I do not and will ever run away from court proceedings. So send me the summons. He said, okay. He was very polite and he sent me the summons. And when I saw the summons, I'm like, okay, bench warrant. The summons says a bench warrant was instituted against me by one Mr. Sam Sidin Fati through her power of attorney, her mother, Mariama Chan. I'm like, okay, this rings a bell. I'm sure a lot of you will remember there was this incident. A lady by the name of Naima was fighting for the custody of her daughter with her grandmother, his ex-husband's mother, and they were in court. And she didn't have legal representation. They were going to send her to mile two for some reason. I don't know what happened. So I helped to get her legal representation through the Female Lawyers Association. And I also asked her, because she's an American citizen, her son is an American citizen, have you reached out to the American embassy? And she said, yes, she was not able to get. So I tried to make her get contact at the American embassy. I helped her that. And when the legal, they were gradually going to take her to mile two, right? A lady who was fighting for her 3-year-old son. So I helped, and the lawyers, thank God, I want to thank those lawyers, Hadidande and Aziz Bensouda, they helped, and she didn't go to Malto. So apparently, the ex-husband, Sam Fati, felt I did the wrong thing by saving that girl from going to Malto. So he instituted a complaint. Actually, he went to how do you call it? He went to the courts, and the judge issued him a bench warrant of arrest. What that means is anytime, they don't even have to serve me. If they see me, they should arrest me and take me to mile two straight. So this was a conspiracy that they cooked, and I see it going around. In fact, I saw some media houses saying, oh, George versus this, and a legal process, a legal prosecution also loading. And some of these media have the person who wrote that actually is my brother. So, but they knew that this person was trying to arrest me. And actually, the bandit word around was to go disgrace me, arrest me in a very disgraceful way, and take me to mile two. So that was a conspiracy that they cooked among themselves to do against my person. And I didn't know. So when I saw that summons, I sent it to my lawyer. I'm like, this is what they sent me. And he said, he said, oh, this is serious. And I sent it to a friend of mine who's also a magistrate. And he said, this is serious, actually. You can go to mile two for this. So start heading to the court. I'm like, I'm not going to mile two. So yes, I called my lawyers, and and what broke my heart was this. I was not scared to go to court because I know I can afford a lawyer. And I do know also I believe in the judicial system here. But what really was heartbreaking for me, as I was preparing to leave my house, my daughter, my stepdaughter, Sire called me from the office and she was shaking. And I said, well, I said, go, Fatou, go police will not arrest. So that broke my heart. That broke my heart because you were trying to embarrass me in front of my daughter, in front of my staff. That is harassment. And that is really, really serious. And I don't take that lightly. I mean, so that was it for me. That really broke me down. To take police to my workplace, to take police to my office to arrest me for no crime. What have I done? What exactly? I helped this innocent girl who was fighting for her daughter. And what did I do? I only got her lawyer. I told her not to be speaking. Let her go to court. Let her make sure she calls the American embassy because she's American. Her daughter is American. Maybe they could help her get a paper. And because I also thank those lawyers, you institute a court proceedings against me. And even if you want to do, in fact, I'm going to read one of the posts that one of his accomplices said. This was this: because of the Bob Keita case, they don't want to struck now. What they want to do is embarrass me, arrest me in a very embarrassing way so that it becomes headlines. No, I control the narrative. You are not going to control a narrative here. I'm a news person. I have never ever in my entire life abused the system or used my connection to destroy anybody or use my network. I have never done that, and I don't do that because I am not that kind of human being. I don't feed on negativity on social media. That is not me. That is not me. So, yes. So this is me and 4 other women. This is against me and 4 other women. But you know what? They know that most of these women are not in Gambia. Some are in Europe. Some are in America. I am the only person here. And they say, so it's going to be, we have to set example with her. I mean, I'm sure all of you watching know that I am not that kind of girl who comes on social media to attack anybody. I am not that woman who comes on social media and fight with anybody. Even when people abuse me, insult me, call me names, and insult my parents, I always try to stay above everything because I have a brand to protect. I'm a very, very responsible person. I have employees, more than 20 people on my payroll. I am adding a lot to the economy of this country. And I do also know that a lot of you guys rely on me, on what I do for a living. So I don't want to ever be a news item. I don't want that. That is not me. I was not raised like that. But I was raised to help people. See, my late mother, I remember our house. My late mother brought up so many people. And whenever we share things, she will give those people and let us have the last bunch. And he will say, Dimba ning dimba ya siya table. That has always struck with me. And that's why when this girl was going through what she was going through, I tried to help her, got her a lawyer, got her through my connections, got her a lawyer, and got her legal representation. I always say, all of my siblings are outside the Gambia. I have so many siblings outside the Gambia. If something happens to them, I want someone to help them. It's only the good that I do that my siblings will receive wherever they are. So that's why I always support people if I feel like they are in the right path. But even when I do that, I do it in a very dignified way, in a very respectful way. I do it in a very professional way because I do know I cannot do anything that will tarnish my image and the image of my network. So I did that and I'll continue to do that. Now, this conspiracy to get me arrested in my office have been in the cooking. So they try to shop this through news outlets. Some of them, I'm sure they know I'm their sister. They didn't put it out, but they started putting snippets out. They even started using other people, telling them, oh, say justice for Fatou Touray so she knows. If you believe that you're fighting for my justice, you didn't have to write justice for Fatou Touray. You could have called me and say, Fatou Touray, this is what they're planning against you. Get a lawyer, get yourself ready, right? I would have appreciated that, but not to create panic for me. Knowing the person I am not that kind of person. I don't enjoy these things. It gets me so emotional. That is not my element. But that aside, I have never sat down and think people will conspire or even have this thought of arresting me and sending me to mile two. Look, I went to court when I went to the judge that day, and I was standing there, and the judge was doing his proceeding. I'm like, okay, like this place is so hot. I would have died if they sent me to mile two, seriously. But on a serious note, and they used a provision that is available in our country. They use the provision that is available in our country. You can do that. You can institute private prosecution on people, and you can send them to jail straight. They say you can send that. They call them the so-called feminists. I mean, people have right to be who they are. I am not a feminist. I'm not an activist. I am a journalist. I'm a media person. But I have a human touch. And that is when I feel that certain people are going through certain things, I support them. And I support them in my little way. I don't come out and tell people all the things that I do behind the scene. I don't do that. Never ever have I done that. I will never do that because that's not me. But the fact that somebody will go to court and bring police officers to my premises in my office, trying to embarrass me, to arrest me, to send me to mile two, I think that is below the belt. Now, my lawyers have said I should not say a lot. And I'm not, I will just read the statement they put out. And I will end it there, and I will fight. I have means to have a lawyer. I have means, even if I'm not supposed to, I'm not able to pay. I'm sure I have friends who can pay for a lawyer for me. But I do have lawyers who can even represent me free of charge. But I just feel disappointed. Some media houses have started reaching out to me. I wanted to address this tomorrow on my show because that's how I address everything. I never do this. Never, ever, ever, ever come to Facebook to address anything. If I have anything to address, politics, social issues, I address it on my show because that is my platform. That is, that is the right platform to do this. But I know people are trying to, now because they did that, it didn't work. What they wanted was, and actually the plan was where they came with the police, they would arrest me and film it and put it out that she was arrested. And that would have been a signal for so many other women who are trying to help other women. That they said that is the plan. That's the plan. That's the conspiracy. To arrest me in my office, film it, and put it out. Now, can you imagine that? That was what they wanted to do. But I'm not scared. I mean, I don't look scared. I'm not scared, and I've never been scared. And I'm working every day to develop myself as a media person, as a human being, as a mother, as a good citizen. That's all I'm doing. But if people think they can, it breaks my heart that me who don't even engage in all of these things. I remember the other night when this thing happens about, the SFL case, I was talking to a friend and I said, Fana dëkk bi dafa mel ni dafa kataade man moom suma office rek lay suma néeg lay tëdda duma génna sax duma génna dama tëdda suma néeg mu ne ma kataa fu nekk la laa fekk. And when I woke up and this happened, I said, in our country, in our society, you cannot even run, you cannot even hide. Even when you try to hide, right? People try to bring you down. I know countless times where people go on social media, make Facebook lives about me, insinuate everything. There's nothing on earth that they have not said about me. It was tough. I never respond because they're not important. Those response don't mean to me. But the reason why I'm doing this is because I know a lot of you are calling me and a lot of you are concerned. And somebody might see me in court and take pictures and start to think that is news. I'm sorry, it's not news. It's going to be still news because you are not going to control that narrative. I will control that narrative. And I also want to say that I have a pool of lawyers who will defend my right to the last minute. And so I want to read this statement. I'm told I have only 10 minutes here. That's what they told me. I cannot stay here. Now, let me read this. On Monday, the 25th of July, 2022, I was served with a bench warrant. I was not previously aware of any complaint against me professionally or personally. I later discovered this was a result of a private criminal prosecution instituted against the person of me and 4 other women by one Samsidin Fati through his attorney, Mariama Cham, his mother, a mother. She's her power of attorney, and she always do this to send women to jail. I answered to the call of the warrant at the Brikama Magistrate Court, and I was granted bail. I fulfilled the conditions of the bail. The allegations against me is that I used derogatory language against the proceedings of the Brikama Children's Court in several publications. I vehemently deny the allegations, and I've engaged legal counsel to defend myself. I will also seek compensation and damage against Mr. Fati and his mother, Mariama Cham, in due course. This is one of the everyday challenges we face as media personalities. Since the matter is in court, I will abide by the rules of the trial and refrain making any further comments. Now, this is what it is. I wanted to come here and tell you myself. I wanted to do this on Monday. I was feeling very down when it happened, so I did not. On Tuesday, I had a cool head, but I said, look, since I had my show, why don't I address it on my show? But since I see that they're trying to shop, because I didn't want to give it any relevance. People are going to court every single day. What is wrong in anybody taking me to court? But because it has not gone viral for them, now they want to shop it through other media houses. I have a media house, and I'm lucky to say, touch wood, I have one of the most followed media house in this country. So I will not let anyone control the narrative for me. I can control the narrative of my own. So that's why I decided I wanted to wait till tomorrow on my show. But because they want to bandit the message around and say it in a different way, I have decided to come here and address it. I will let my lawyers handle this case, whilst I also institute all the legal damages against the person of Samsidin and his mother. So this is it. I want to thank you all. I am so sorry if I have come out differently to you all. I never ever want to portray anything different than who I am. But sometimes when you get emotional, you can say things. I'm sorry if I've said anything here that looks beneath my character. That is not my person. That is no intention. There's no intention that I want to do anything like that. But this is what happened. So I want to end this live here, and I want to thank you all for your support. Zach, who blocked you on kerr-fatou? All right, I'll look at that and we'll unblock you. Admin kerr-fatou, can you unblock Zach Kamara, please? He said somebody block him. But I want to thank you all for your support. I see all the calls and all the messages. And I know a lot of you are worried. I wanted to come here. I hope this is going to be the last time I will come here and address personal issues, because that is not me. I was not raised like that, and I will never allow anybody to drag me to the mud, because I am not that. I am not that. Thank you very much. So I will lead you. Mola nafatila. Ninda fabila mnaten imang lawyer taba. Mola kami. Nafatila. All right. Thank you so much, guys. I'm going to leave you guys now. Thank you. Bye bye, guys. Love you all. Bye. Thank you. Love you too. Bye bye. Thank you. Thank you. Bana. Bana, Binet is broke. Bana, Binet is broke. You know that, right? She's broke. Thank you, guys. I'm gonna go now. I'm preparing to go to work. Thank you so much. Appreciate you all. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Mohamed Daw, go taja na iti haji titila. Ibe kuma ba fumi na yung Facebook or awadro. Bye bye. All right, thank you all. Thank you so much. Thank you.